Hey, fellas, how you doing? A little bit later in the afternoon on the 3rd of February. I'm going to lean over and blow my nose. I'll be right back. My wife has a very large family, and I just got in trouble with one of her younger cousins who's in her 20s. I think she's 22. She was giving a guy, she was talking really bad about a guy who took her out on a date, paid for everything, brought her flowers, the whole 9 yards. But he wouldn't buy her some sort of expensive perfume she's been looking for. The only thing I said to her is, I said, why are you giving this guy a hard time about buying something for you that you can't afford to buy for yourself? She said, that's not the point. Da, 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 da. I mean, it's called, where I come from, tripping the light fantastic, or obfuscating, where you try to lie, deny, and counter accusations about. I got a guest. Here I go. I have a guest. That is Smellafella Bella, and the other one's Nala is right down there. Anyways, let me turn this back around. It doesn't. I've never understood about the overvaluation, how women overvalue their time, energy, and efforts, and they just absolutely have total disregard for the guy planned the date, the guy paid for the date, the guy did this, and that wasn't enough for her. So again, another one that it's never enough. She decided that she wanted to try to get him to buy some sort of. Now, if I screw this up, it's Dolce Gabba, or something like that. Some expensive designer perfume or something like that. But supposedly he's not willing to spend that kind of money on him. She called him broke. I mean, he took her to a night. Anyways, he's an engineer. It was anyways, just, I mean, come on. Again, just the absolute entitlement. I just, I think the bottle of perfume was like a couple $100. I don't know. No, and I haven't looked it up, so I don't really know how much the bottle of perfume is. But that's one of the things I'm talking about women, and when will it be enough? My wife hasn't worked for a few months now, going on 3 months now, and she used to have these little worry lines right here, and she had some worry lines in there and at the corner of her mouth. They're gone. She got up this morning. And by the time I got back from my walk, she had made me breakfast, made the bed, did the laundry, the dishes, blah, 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 blah. And she wanted to go to Juarez to spend some time with her mother. So, yeah, we have a joint account. I don't let her go to Juarez without a big wad of cash. Now, I don't know about you guys, but the corruption in Mexico, they're not even trying to hide it there. Sometimes if you have a plate that's from the state of Texas, they'll just pull you over, say you did something wrong, and try to take money off you. I would rather my wife have enough money to get out of anything she's into than have to worry about it. It's happened a few times, but it's one of the reasons I don't go to Juarez anymore. And no, I'm not anti-Mexican or anything like that. I just think it's going to get. They just found here's one example in the news today. It's called El Dario. Juarez. And El Dario is like a national paper, and it's broken down by city or state. They found another mass grave with 56 skeletal remains in it. Another, just a cadaver dog. They were out training, wouldn't leave this site alone. And anyways, I'm not going down there until they iron this shit out. So, and with the cartels being FTOs, anyways, I got way off the point. Ladies, 99% of you have already met the man you were supposed to marry. He's been standing right here in your face trying to get your attention, and all you're doing is looking looking for everybody else that you're actually not qualified to be with. So it's unbelievable. Can you imagine? I told my wife that guy dodged a bullet. And I said it loud enough so her cousin could hear. Joe, that's not funny. I heard you. Blah, blah, blah. You just think you're all that. Anyways, I don't know how they do that. I don't know how they can. They can, like. Anyway, love you guys. Stay safe and healthy. Take care of each other if you can. And if you can't, you have to take care of yourselves. It's just, how does a poor young man catch a break? How does a poor young man find a traditional woman? I can tell you, I do not recommend the way I went through it. I went on over 300 dates, spent a ton of money. And I mean, I have some wild, I'll tell you one story. I'm at a place off of Mesa called the Stonewood Grill. It's a real high-end restaurant. It's closed now during the 2020 shutdown. It never reopened. And I'm in there, and I'm talking to this lady, and we're having a good time, and da-da-da. I brought her flowers. It's a nice place where I'm not telling her what she can and can't order. I'm not doing anything like that. But it's also an interview. And we're about, I'd say, half an hour into the initial date, and this guy comes up, and you can hear him. He's yelling and da-da-da-da-da-da, and he recognizes his wife from the back. Anyway. Comes up to the table, and she's married. She's not even separated, but she's on a thing called Bumble. Bumble is where the woman initiates the first interaction with them. Anyways, all that to say that it was a train wreck. I told the dude, I completely apologized to him. I said I didn't know. I didn't try to cause any problem. I got up while they were yelling at each other, walked to the front of the restaurant, where they have the little people that go and sit you down, and they look in the book and see if you have. Anyways, and I told them, look, let me just pay my bill here. I'm not going back over there. And I paid my bill and left. It's hilarious. I got all kinds of, anyways, I'm thinking about it right now. All right. Love you guys. Stay safe and healthy. Take care of each other if you can. Oh, I got to 73 today here. Take care of each other if you can. If you can't, you take care of yourself. You're far more important than anyone who wants you to believe. Like a fort in a G-string. West Texas, El Paso. I'm out of here. Bye-bye.